Hello! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Katie.the.cosmic.sailor, and today we are going to be looking at your February monthly predictions and messages. So I have kind of an outline of what I want to get to in this reading. So first we're going to use the oracle cards to look at your general energy and theme, and then we're going to use the tarot cards to find out how you can find happiness this month. And then we're going to look at the weaknesses to be on the lookout for this month, the strengths of this month, and then we're also going to end with some advice and guidance for the month of February. So super excited to do this reading. We have 3 groups to choose from, and today I actually want you to choose based on your intuition. So there's no crystals, there's no objects on the piles. These are just the oracle cards that will be used in your reading. So whichever group you feel drawn to the most, that's your group. If you feel drawn to more than one group, that's totally okay. That just means there's more than one message for you. Please remember to have fun with these readings, and please remember to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So we have 3 groups to choose from. The first group is going to be this pile. The second group is going to be this pile. And the third group is going to be this pile. So if you need to pause the video, feel free to pause the video and meditate on the groups. I will have the timestamps linked in the description box below, so you can click straight to your group. Super excited. I will see you in your pile. Bye. Hello, pile number 1. If you selected this pile, this is going to be your reading, your monthly predictions and messages. So we're going to go ahead and get straight in. So these cards are your theme. So we have the stingray with this beautiful energy of the chakras along the spine. I'm already kind of picking up a message. I feel like the month of February may be a theme of alignment. And then we have the oyster. And then you also got believe in magic. Open your eyes and see the magic that's all around in nature. The fairy of the northern light says you are part of nature, so you are magical too. And then these cards are represented by the energy, your general energy. So we have Scorpio, I transform. We have earth element, stability. And we have 12th house, escape. Wow! I'm already so excited for you, pile number 1. I feel like the month of February is going to be a month of alignment. I feel like this month is also going to be almost kind of like bringing the energy of the spiritual world into the physical, being able to feel so connected to spirit that you see the magic in your reality. With this 12th house energy here, I feel like you could already be super connected to spirit. We have 2 water elements here, so you could be a water sign. You don't have to be. I feel like you're definitely very already a magical being. I feel like you're very connected to spirit naturally. I feel like you could exist within your higher chakras naturally. So that's the crown, the throat, and the third eye chakra. I feel like you're very connected to the unseen realm naturally. But I feel like the month of February, I'm getting this message that you're bringing that energy into the physical. So you could be a tarot reader, you could be a channeler, or you could just be using these natural gifts and abilities that you do have when it comes to connecting with spirit and using them to help you almost like build a foundation within the 3D. So with this oyster card here, this is about gifts, talents, the pearl within. I feel like in the month of February, you could really be seeing your own power, really be seeing your own potential, really be seeing the gifts, the abilities, what you have, your unique perspective, your unique abilities to bring your gifts and talents into the physical world. I feel like you have natural gifts and talents, but I feel like in the month of February, you're really going to be discovering them, and you're really going to be accessing them and sharing them with the world is what I'm really feeling. We do have the stingray here, so I feel like with the stingray, in the month of February, I feel like you could be really setting boundaries, and you could be really implementing boundaries is what I'm seeing. So I feel like you already have, you could already have boundaries, and you could already know what it means to set boundaries, but I feel like in the month of February, you're really implementing them, and you're really like putting them to use and saying, okay, this is who I am, this is what I want in life, and this is what I'm going to bring into the physical world. This is really magical. Pile number 2. I am picking up Pisces, all water signs really, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. You could have those in your chart. I'm also picking up Aquarius energy. You could have a strong Aquarius energy in your chart. I feel like you're going through, you could have been going through some kind of transformation or change in your life. I feel like the month of February is just kind of a continuation of this energy. And what I'm really seeing is I'm getting the message, I feel like in the month of February, you're not comparing yourself anymore to other people. I feel like you're kind of coming to the realization that everybody is unique, everybody is magical. I feel like you could be a writer, or maybe like a content creator, or an artist or something. I feel like you're really bringing your vision to the 3D in the month of February. And so I feel like you're really going to be creative. You're going to be creating something. And I feel like you're learning the lesson that everybody is unique, every situation is unique, every new moment is unique, and so you can't compare your present reality to other people's present reality because everybody's going through something. Everybody's learning their own lessons. This is beautiful. I feel like you're, in the month of February, it's almost like I'm seeing like this treasure chest being unlocked. And so I feel like in the month of February, your potential is being realized, is kind of the message that's coming through. This is making me so happy. I love to see this energy. We have the energy of stability here. So it's like, I feel like you may have been already building a foundation. I feel like in the month of February, you're continuing to build and grow. This is super powerful. I feel like in the month of February, you're going to be very connected to spirit, so connected that I feel like you're starting to see spirit in your physical reality, in your earthly reality. And I'm also getting the message, I feel like you're going to start seeing magic within other people and within yourself. It says right here, you are part of nature, so you are magical too. I feel like you're going to be realizing, I'm just hearing like the naturalness, how because everything exists, everything is a part of nature, everything is magical. This is really beautiful. I feel like you could be getting like some kind of spark of inspiration, some kind of epiphany in the month of February. And this, I feel like this is a beautiful way to say it. Believe in magic. I feel like you're going to start believing in magic in the month of February. I think you already do believe in magic, but I feel like this is just a deepening of those beliefs in the month of February. This is beautiful. We're going to go ahead and look at the tarot cards now. So we're going to ask, how can you find happiness in the month of February? Spirit guides of love and light. How can pile number 1 find happiness in the month of February. We have the Ten of Swords. So I'm getting the message in the month of February, in order for you to find happiness or joy or peace, it's really going to come down to your ability and your capability of letting things go, of not attaching yourself to an outcome, of not attaching yourself to an expectation, of really letting certain thoughts, beliefs, ideas go. I feel like you may have been already working on this. I feel like you already know these limiting beliefs, these intrusive thoughts. I feel like you may have already experienced them, and I feel like you will maybe experience them in the month of February. But in order for you to find happiness is you letting these thoughts go and letting them flow. I'm getting, if you're into like ASMR or Reiki, I feel like that would be very healing for you in the month of February, like energy plucking, where they like pluck out the negative thoughts. Doing some kind of like ritual or routine where you clear your mind, I feel like will bring happiness for you in the month of February. So this could be meditation, this could be exercise, this could be journaling, this could be ASMR, Reiki, energy plucking. Just releasing these negative thoughts, I feel like, is what's going to bring you happiness in the month of February. I want to pull one more card for your happiness, because I feel like this is beautiful, but I want to see what else. What else is going to make you happy in the month of February? Let's get one more card. Spirit Guides of Love and Light. What will bring pile number 1 happiness in the month of February? So we have the Moon. So with the Moon being here, I'm really getting the energy of embracing the unknown. And I feel like that goes back to the expectation. You know, I feel like you could have a very powerful mind, very strong belief system. And I feel like that's kind of what you have been transforming. I feel like that's going to continue into February, changing your beliefs. And your spirit guides are saying your thoughts create your reality. So I feel like you've been in this process of releasing limiting thoughts, releasing limiting beliefs, stepping into the unknown. I feel like will bring you happiness. And I feel like connecting to your subconscious mind. And your spirit guides are also saying you are not your thoughts. So I feel like coming to this realization, I feel like connecting with your ancestors as well will also bring you a lot of healing and happiness, because the message that I'm getting is a lot of the thoughts, a lot of the beliefs, our mind patterns can be inherited from our family. So a lot of the negative thoughts or limiting beliefs that we have, our ancestors also had, you know, our parents also have, our grandparents also have. And so connecting with this energy and realizing that it's not you, it's not your fault, but learning, okay, just coming to this period of acceptance, I feel like will bring you happiness. Okay, I'm experiencing this thought. Now that I have the awareness, I can let it go. And just stepping into the unknown and not feeling like you have to figure everything out, I feel like will also bring you happiness in the month of February. So now we're going to look at your weaknesses. Sorry, that was my cat. Shuffle the deck really quick. Spirit Guides of Love and Light. What will be the weaknesses highlighted in the month of February for pile number 1? Okay. So you had 3 cards come out for your weaknesses. I'm just going to scoot these down a little bit. So we have the Hanged Man reversed. It's this attachment, I feel like, We have the Three of Pentacles. It did come out in reverse, so we'll leave it like that. And then we had the Sun in reverse as your weaknesses. So kind of as I was saying about your happiness, I feel like your weaknesses kind of connect to your happiness in the month of February. So I feel like one of your weaknesses could be not letting things go, not letting things flow, attaching yourself too much to these negative beliefs. And that's kind of why I was mentioning, you know, connecting with your ancestors, because you are not your thoughts. You know, our thought patterns, our brain patterns, most of them are inherited from our familial line. So if your parents struggle with anxiety, you too may also struggle with anxiety or depression or things like this. So learning to let them go is what's really going to bring you happiness, and not attaching yourself too much to the negativity. And with the Three of Pentacles here, I feel like one of your weaknesses in the month of February could also be not necessarily wanting to reach out. So I feel like reaching out to people, communicating, whether that's with your ancestors or your family or even just your friends, or if you have a therapist, you know, talking to somebody about the struggles with your negative thoughts, and also just practice letting them go. I feel like in the month of February, you could be learning this lesson of detachment, you know, and I'm also getting the message, you know, nothing is permanent. Everything is always changing. Everything is temporary when it comes to our 3D experience, when it comes to our life on Earth. Everything is fleeting. And so I feel like that may be why you're realizing the magic, because you're coming to this realization that nothing is permanent, you know? So your weaknesses, I'm seeing, have a lot to do with your happiness and your ability to let go, to detach, and not attach yourself too much to your negative thought patterns or negative beliefs. I feel like will bring you happiness in the month of February. We're going to go ahead and look at your strengths for the month of February. Things you can really focus on. Spirit guides of love and light. Can we please see what are the strengths for pile number 1 in the month of February? What are the strengths? So we had 2 cards come out. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And then we have the 8 of Cups. So it's interesting, I feel like you're kind of getting the same message when it comes to your strengths and weaknesses. A weakness that you have may be not wanting to let things go, but a strength I feel like you will find strength in letting things go, especially when it comes to emotions. Letting your emotions pass by like a cloud. I feel like the guided meditation where you witness your thoughts as clouds passing by, and not necessarily attach your identity to those emotions. You know, feel them, accept them, and let them go. And one of your strengths this month also is being able to focus on the abundance that you have. Being able to focus on the magic that exists within your reality. And I feel like you could be seeing growth in something, whether that's a project or maybe a relationship, a friendship, something like this. I feel like you could be seeing growth in this area of life. I feel like focusing on this growth would be one of your strengths as well. And focusing on what you have created, the positive things that you've created in your life, you know, not necessarily the negatives. I feel like letting go of the negatives and really focusing on what you have made, what you have created for yourself, is going to bring you happiness as well. I feel like I was saying, like I'm just seeing like a key unlocking a treasure chest. And so I feel like this is kind of a message that in the month of February, you're going to be able to access your highest potential, you know? And a lot of times when we're doing that, certain limiting thoughts, limiting beliefs about our own identity can come up. But your strength is going to be really allowing these negative thoughts to pass and not necessarily attaching yourself too much to them. I feel like also just really focusing on the positive will be really healing and helpful for you in the month of February, because you have a lot of magic here as well. Like that was one of your themes, believe in magic. So I feel like really focusing on the magic, the abundance, the fruitfulness, the beauty, and allowing your mind to change and transform. I feel like the energy of water could be very healing for you in the month of February as well. You know, water doesn't take the shape of anything. Like water takes the shape of whatever's around it. So water has this ability to like flow and go with the motion and the movement. Maybe just like watching water like flow in a river, or listening to the sound of the ocean waves or rain, I feel like will be very healing for you as well. And I feel like reaching out to people, you know, will also be very healing for you. Don't be afraid to reach out. I feel like there's people in your life, whether that's family, friends, a relationship, a partner, who wants to talk to you, who wants to know how you're doing, you know? This is absolutely amazing. I love this energy for you. You're definitely going to be... I feel like you could be going through some kind of spiritual awakening. I feel like you've been going through a spiritual awakening, but it's almost like a deepening of that awakening is what I'm feeling for you in the month of February. We're going to end with some advice and guidance for you. Advice and guidance, please. Spirit guides of love and light. Can we please get some advice and guidance for pile number 1? Oh, for the month of February. So you have the Lady of the Gift, generosity, receiving. Let's see if you can see this. Beautiful. We have like the energy of the Fae here. So with this card coming out as your advice, I feel like your spirit guides, your higher self, really wants you to focus on what you can give, not what you can get in the month of February. And this could be in the form of actual physical things, what you can physically give to other people or your loved ones or those around you. This could be in the form of advice, guidance, you know, not necessarily focusing on what you can get, but what you can give. I feel like is going to really help you when it comes to this abundance mindset that you're cultivating. This is one of your strengths in the month of February. So you will be in this abundant energy, and the advice is to not be afraid to share those gifts that you have received from Spirit with others. We're going to get some more advice and guidance for you. And I'm seeing 2222 on the clock timer. So I feel like there are people in your life maybe that you've been thinking about reaching out to, or that have been thinking about reaching out to you. I feel like connecting with friends will be very healing for you in the month of February as well. I feel like focusing on your friendships. This coming out as your weakness, I feel like you could maybe feel like alone or isolated. I feel like really relying on these friendships and not letting these intrusive thoughts take you over and realizing that there are people in your life who want to connect with you. There are people in your life who resonate with the things that you say. We're going to end with one last piece of advice and guidance for your month of February. Spirit guides of love and light, can we please get some advice and guidance for pile number 1 for the month of February? Advice and guidance for pile number 1. So we had a card fall. Let me just grab it really quick. Okay, this is amazing. I love that you got this card. The Courageous Peony. Multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. And I feel like that kind of goes hand in hand with this generosity. You know, I feel like you have things, and I'm getting more so the sense it's kind of like wisdom. Things that you've learned through your spiritual awakening, things that you've just learned in life that other people could benefit from. And I feel like it'd be very healing for you to share with others. And then we have a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. And I feel like in the month of February, you're really going to be in this kind of visionary headspace. Or I feel like your spirit guides are really encouraging you to be in this visionary headspace. And that's why I feel like focusing on the positives, focusing on the abundance that you've already cultivated, that you've already created, is kind of laying the foundation for you to build more, to create more. I feel like I was saying in the beginning, in the month of February, you're going to be very connected to spirit, and you're bringing those visions, those ideas, into the physical realm. So it says, keep holding the vision. It's almost like in the month of February, you're meant to be focusing on what you're trying to build in order for you to build it. So if you may have negative thoughts or beliefs come up in the month of February, this is almost kind of like, I'm getting the message, I feel like your spirit guide, spirit is testing you in a way and saying, hey, have you transformed this? Are you able to let these beliefs go and focus on the bigger picture, focus on what you're trying to create? And I feel like you will. I feel like in the month of February, you will be able to conquer these negative thoughts, these negative emotions, these self-limiting beliefs. You have the 8 of Cups as one of your strengths. So you will be able to walk away in the month of February from anything that's holding you back. And again, like this stingray coming up as your as one of your main themes, this is almost kind of like alignment, you know? You're coming more into alignment. And I'm also getting the message, I feel like you're growing a spine, is what I'm hearing. I feel like you're going to be able to stand up for yourself and root for yourself. And that's kind of one of your advice and guidance as well, is to be your own best friend. You know, don't be so hard on yourself in the month of February, because what you're trying to do, what you're trying to build, what you're trying to create is magical, you know, is really what they're saying. So the advice and guidance for you for the month of February is to give without expecting anything in return. Understand your unique nature. And have courage, have faith that what you're bringing through is meant to be brought through. And then you have new earth here. So I feel like you are, the message is coming through strong, that you are part of a group of people, a group of souls who was born to come to earth to bring a higher vision, to bring a higher understanding to the collective of earth. Especially now, I feel like we're going through so many changes, so many transformations, and I feel like you're part of the collective that's meant to bring this new perspective of love, of light, of courage, of positivity to the earth, of this abundance mindset. That's one of your strengths this month, the month of February. So absolutely beautiful reading. I love your energies. I love what you're becoming, what you're stepping into, what you have been stepping into. I feel like the month of February is just kind of like a accumulation of everything that's happened. And you're just continuing to build in the month of February and become stronger and become the person that you're meant to become. So if you enjoyed this reading, please give me a like. Please comment down below and let me know if this resonated. If you feel called, please subscribe to my channel. It really does help my channel grow. And we would love to have you be a part of the Sailor family as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I will see you later. Bye. Hello. If you chose pile number 2, this is your February monthly predictions and messages. So we're going to go ahead and get right in. This is going to be your general theme. So we have the unicorn. Wow, this is already amazing. Third eye awakening. Opening your third eye chakra, expanding your third eye chakra. We have light. The fairy queen of light comes to shed love and light onto your current situation and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. This is amazing. I feel like in your spiritual journey, I feel like you could be coming out of a dark night of the soul, or you're really just embracing your light energy in the month of February. And then your energy, your general energy, we have the lunar eclipse and Uranus. Change and genius. So we have 7 and then 9. I feel like with these energies already coming through, your general energy is one of a very spiritual nature in the month of February. And with this energy of change, I feel like you could be releasing certain shadow aspects or integrating certain shadow aspects into your personality. I feel like you're not necessarily focusing so much on shadow work in the month of February. I feel like you're more so focused on the light, on the love, on the peace, on the joy, which is absolutely beautiful. You know, February is the month that has Valentine's Day. So for me, Valentine's Day is about love when it comes to me, like the true essence of what love means, you know? And to me, that's freedom. That's being authentically yourself, not fearing that you're going to be judged by other people, you know? And I feel like love to me is best expressed through friendship, you know? Through the bonds that you create with people because you resonate with them. I feel like in the month of February, you're also going to be in this very imaginative, magical, mystical type energy as well. We just have this energy of like the moon on the back, and then you also got lunar eclipse. So I feel like in the month of February, you could be using the energy of the moon more, or maybe this is something that you're looking into. So like, for example, on the full moon, it's all about release, celebrating your accomplishments. The new moon is about setting intentions. When the moon's building to a full moon, so when it's waxing, I believe, whenever it's growing bigger, that's all about like growing your intentions. And then whenever the full moon is shrinking to a new moon, it's all about releasing certain ideas, limiting beliefs, things like this. But I feel like in the month of February, one of your main themes is kind of this like visionary imagery, this visionary like idea, or this like, I feel like you're just going to be in this very imaginative energy, very connected to spirit. I feel like you're going to be very connected to your higher self. And with genius here and the number 9, I feel like you could be completing a cycle. I'm also getting like the energy of the world here. So I feel like you're coming to an end of a phase. And like I was saying with this like shadow, it says light can penetrate the darkness. So I feel like in the month of February, shadow work may not be your main focus. I feel like you're really going to focus on your light quality, your beautiful, inspiring energy. I feel like in the month of February, you could be very inspired. or you could be very inspiring to others. I feel like you're also going to be in this very like creative energy. So this could be maybe writing a bunch of poems or a story or drawing, creating. I'm also getting the energy of like dance. I feel like you're just going to be in such this light energy where you're just going to be wanting to dance and move your body and sing. And I feel like you're bringing such a high vibe energy into the physical world in the month of February. It's amazing as your themes. Absolutely beautiful. We're going to go ahead and get into your tarot cards now. So we're going to look at how you can find happiness in the month of February. So Spirit Guides of Love and Light, how can pile number 2 find happiness in the month of February? How can pile number 2, we'll take this one, find happiness? So we have the Justice card here. To me, this is speaking of harmony, of peace. So I feel like in the month of February, I feel like you can find happiness through focusing on your inner harmony, through focusing on this like balanced energy within. So one of your main themes, we have darkness and light mentioned. So I feel like in the month of February, you could maybe be pulled in the extremes of both directions. So you could be feeling super, super high and you could be feeling super, super low. So I feel like in order for you to find happiness is to find this like happy medium in between both, you know? And that's why I was really mentioning integrating the shadow. You know, whenever you do shadow work, you don't want to completely dismiss all of your negative aspects, but you want to integrate them into being a whole human being. You know, everybody has darker aspects, everybody has shadow qualities. We have the 3 of Swords. How can pile 3 find happiness and strength? This is beautiful. I feel like focusing on your resilience will bring you happiness in the month of February. I'm also getting the message, maybe realizing the part that you play, especially when it comes to heartbreak. You know, like, of course, everybody experiences challenge in life, whether that's challenge through outer circumstances or challenge through inner circumstances. So if there's something that you experience that you view as a challenge in the month of February, I feel like realizing the part that you play in it. So like, for example, if you experience a challenge, you know, how are you reacting to that challenge? Are your thoughts making the challenge seem bigger than it is? And I feel like it's interesting because with this imagery, I'm getting the message. We have 1 sword going up and 2 going down. So it's almost like I'm seeing this sword as being the challenge. You know, whether that's an intrusive thought or whether that's somebody's reaction to how you're acting or whether that's somebody being rude to you or treating you mean. That's going to happen. You know, we can't control other people. We can't control how they experience life. But then these 2 swords I'm seeing as being your thoughts. So this could be maybe something bad happens in your life and then maybe you beat yourself up, you know? I feel like in order for you to feel happiness in the month of February is to really focus on the strength that you have and not letting yourself be dragged into darkness. So I feel like really focusing on the light is going to bring you happiness. And like I was saying, finding that like happy medium, you know, not necessarily feeling like you have to be super, super high, because I'm just seeing like a pendulum swinging, you know, just as far as we go to the right or just as far as we go into happiness, joy, love, light, peace, it also swings to the back. So just as much positivity as you can experience that same amount of negativity. So in the month of February, I feel like in order for you to feel happiness is really going to be, it's really going to come down to how much you can cultivate your inner strength and how you can view the challenge as an opportunity to experience more light. You know, like I was saying with that pendulum, it's like just as much negativity as you experience, you can too experience that much positivity. So I feel like in order for you to find happiness is really going to come down to your inner strength, your inner resilience, your ability to bounce back after a challenge and not necessarily beat yourself up or be super hard on yourself or give in to these intrusive thoughts. I feel like focusing on the positive will really bring you happiness in the month of February, and really just focusing on your inner strength. We're going to go ahead and look at your weaknesses in the month of February. Spirit guides of love and light. What are pile number 2's weaknesses in the month of February? What are pile number 2's weaknesses in the month of February? I'm also getting the message too, this is coming through with this Justice card being here. In order for you to find happiness, I feel like your spirit guides, your higher self, doesn't necessarily want you to focus too much on the details or too much on the message of karma is coming through. So I feel like you have to trust that the universe has your back. You have to trust that your spirit guides, your higher self, the universe, is conspiring in your highest favor. And anybody who sends negativity your way or puts this kind of, does something mean to you, you have to trust that they will experience their karma. And it's not up to you to go out and make sure this person experiences karma. And I feel like letting that go and being like, the universe has my back. I feel like a good affirmation for you for the month of February would be, I'm on the right path. Everything is happening exactly as it should. I feel like will be very powerful for you as well and will bring happiness to you, just trusting that the universe has your back. Let's see, what is pile number 2's weaknesses in the month of February? Oh. So we'll keep those two actually. And let's see. So you have the 7 of Cups and you have the Moon. Weaknesses. I feel like one of your weaknesses in February could be maybe I feel like you could want to entertain negative thoughts, or you could just be a very naturally curious person. So I feel like in the month of February, one of your weaknesses could be maybe going too far into the rabbit hole. Maybe digging too far into your subconscious. And that's why I feel like a powerful affirmation for you could be, I'm on the right path. Everything is happening exactly as it should. The universe has my back. You don't have to know the plan. You don't have to know why you experience challenge. You just have to overcome the challenge. You just have to find your peace. Focus on your inner harmony this month because I feel like that's going to bring you happiness. But I'm seeing in the month of February, you could tend to maybe want to go down the rabbit hole and be like, well, what's this mean? What's this mean? And I feel like the universe, your spirit guides are saying you don't really need to know. Embracing the unknown is what they're saying. And so this coming out as your weakness, I feel like you could maybe not want to embrace the unknown. And you could maybe be very curious and be like, well, how is this person going to get their karma? How am I going to get justice for things that people have done to me? And the universe is saying that's not for you to worry about. You're just supposed to focus on your light. You're supposed to focus on your inner strength. You're supposed to focus on your visionary, your creative abilities. I feel like writing out your emotions could be very helpful for you, like journaling. I'm very curious to see. We're going to look at your strengths. You have strength coming out as something that will bring you happiness in the month of February. So I really want to see what your strengths are going to be in the month of February. Spirit guides of love and light. What is pile number 2 strengths in the month of February? So we have the Tower in reverse. And I actually feel like leaving it in reverse. And this is beautiful. I feel like this is really telling me trusting in the universe. We have this like image of like this all-seeing eye, you know, kind of like striking lightning on this tower. I feel like one of your strengths is really going to be trusting that the universe has your back, trusting that everything is happening exactly as it should. We don't have to understand why the tower fell, because the universe has that covered. We just have to let it fall. And then we have the Magician. This is beautiful as one of your strengths. You're definitely going to be in this visionary, I just keep saying it, visionary type energy. So I feel like focusing on what you're manifesting, focusing on the light that you're bringing to the world, to your life, to the lives of those around you, I feel like is going to make you happy as well. The Magician as one of your strengths is telling me that in the month of February, you could be in the energy of being a master manifester. So your strengths are going to be letting the universe handle it, letting go, a feeling like you have to know everything, a feeling like you have to figure everything out, and just kind of focusing on your harmony, focusing on your inner peace. I feel like is going to be very important for you in the month of February. And I'm also getting the message, your spirit guides are saying, your state of consciousness is what's most important right now. Not necessarily controlling how other people's states of consciousness is, if other people are negative, or if other people have negative outlooks, or are living in their shadow, or are treating people like shit. Excuse my language. But focusing on your own peace, on your own harmony, on your own light, on your own vision, on what you want to create, on the love, light, peace that you want to bring into this world. That's one of your strengths this month. That's so powerful. You really are going to be like a master manifester in the month of February. And so I feel like that could be why this 3 of Swords is here. I'm hearing your spirit guides say your thoughts create your reality. So the reason why you're being encouraged to be in this light energy is because you are going to be in this master manifester energy. And so if you're thinking about negative things, or you're thinking about negative outcomes, it may be more likely that you start seeing those in your reality. And so your spirit guides, your higher self is really encouraging you to be in this energy of harmony and this energy of peace, serenity. I'm hearing that song. I don't even know what song it is, but it's like, peace, serenity. I hope you know, I hope you know. that this has nothing to do with you. It's personal, myself and I. We've got some straightening out to do. I think it's called like Big Girls Don't Cry. I feel like listening to that song, maybe you should listen to that song. Your spirit guides are bringing that through. So we're going to end with some advice and guidance for you for the month of February. Let's see. Spirit guides of love and light, can we please get some advice and guidance for pile number 2? Advice and guidance. We have the Lady of Lightning coming out in reverse as your advice and guidance. And that's really kind of what I was seeing with this Tower card, you know? Like when the lightning strikes the tower, and we have this like imagery of this like all-seeing eye. And that's interesting that you got that as your advice and guidance. So it says, surprises sometimes shock, total paradigm shift. And it did come out in reverse. And we even have like, see how she's like has this like lightning coming out of her fingers? I'm actually going to read this card out of the book for you, because I'm curious to see what it says in reverse. So let's see. As your advice and guidance for the month of February, unpleasant news, an unexpected shock, or an overall sense of powerlessness are the aspects you may experience when the Lady of Lightning appears as your challenger. This is a time when you may be forced to make a change you don't want to make. A situation may suddenly turn in a different direction than you hoped it would. This is a sign of difficulty and unwanted surprises, but consider the idea of a thunderstorm and how beautiful and charged with electricity the world is after it passes. It will always pass, because that is the nature of the storm. Your difficulties will too, as that is the way of things as well. In the realm of the Lady of Lightning, it's prudent to engage the law of non-resistance. Relax and wait out the storm in the shelter of your faith and goodwill, trusting that all will be well, even if it doesn't seem like it in the moment. Wonderful new life has an opportunity to grow when the storm passes. The Lady of Lightning would much prefer to be your ally anyway. So this is powerful. It says, consider the idea of the thunderstorm and how beautiful and charged with electricity the world is after it passes. So that's kind of the message that I was getting with your strengths. One of your strengths really is going to be focusing on trusting that everything is happening exactly as it should. This is absolutely powerful. And then it also has this like, maybe looking up the law of non-resistance, I feel like is also kind of the advice. And that's kind of what I was getting, like riding this middle ground, I feel like is going to be very helpful for you and bring you happiness in the month of February. Not necessarily focusing on the high highs or the low lows, but that like middle balance, that peace, that serenity. And you also had the song that came through, Big Girls Don't Cry. I would look up that song, maybe listen to it as well. We're going to end with the last piece of advice and guidance for you. Spirit guides of love and light, can we please get some advice for pile number 2 for the month of February? Advice and guidance for pile number 2 for the month of February. Okay. So you guys have 2 cards that flipped out. We have Earth. Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. So I feel like earthing, doing like a grounding meditation, will be very healing and helpful for you in the month of February as well. But you know, with this coming through, I feel like your spirit guides are saying that this is kind of the journey that everybody's on. A lot of people, especially if you chose this pile, but honestly, me personally, I feel like we're all just learning how to be human. You know, we have emotions, we have a shadow, we have a light, you know, and we're just learning how to be human, how to live in the physical world. I feel like you are very connected to spirit, and you will be very connected to your third eye chakra in the month of February. And so I feel like grounding your energy would be very healing and helpful for you. Your spirit guides that's your advice and guidance for the month of February. And then we also have You're Not Alone, isolation, physical connection, community. So I feel like if you are going through something in the month of February, reaching out to people and talking to them, whether that's your family, whether that's your friends, whether that's like a therapist or a counselor or somebody like this, I feel like is also what your spirit guides are advising. You know, even if it's just praying and knowing that your spirit guides have your back, the universe has your back, your spirit guides are always with you, and they want to take this struggle, you know, and just realizing that you're not alone. And I'm hearing the song, you are not alone, I am here with you. I don't know what the name of that song is, but if you know it, please let me know in the comments below. But I feel like that's all I have for you, pile number 2. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please let me know. If this resonated with you, please comment down below and let me know. And if you feel called, please subscribe to my channel. It really does help my channel grow, and we would love to have you be a part of the Sailor family as well. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I hope you have a beautiful February, and I will see you later. Bye. Hello. If you chose the third group, or pile number 3, we're going to look at your February monthly predictions and messages. So we're going to go ahead and get straight in. We're going to look at your general theme. So you guys have the Nightingale. Beautiful. You guys have the Beaver. And then you guys have Purity. Always trust in the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart, and within it you will find the answer to your questions. We have the imagery of the unicorn here as well. So you could have been drawn to another group. I'm feeling like in the month of February you could really be focusing on your heart chakra, and your throat chakra is also mentioned here as well. And then your general energy, we have Pisces, I believe. We have part of fortune, increase. And then we have Jupiter, abundance. So I'm feeling like in the month of February, a strong message that's coming through, I feel like you could be expanding in your throat chakra, or you could be expressing yourself, expressing your true authenticity in the month of February. This is one of your themes. Another one of your themes that's mentioned here with the Beaver is hard work. Loyalty is also coming through. Loyalty to family, loyalty to commitments, whether that's career, relationships, things like this. I feel like in the month of February, I feel like you may have been putting in work toward a particular goal, or maybe growth towards a particular relationship. I feel like in the month of February, you are expanding Whether that's, I'm really feeling career here for some reason. I feel like this has to do with career. Something that you've been working on in regards to finances, in regards to career. I feel like you're going to see more growth in the month of February when it comes to this. And I'm also getting the message, this was kind of a similar message for another group as well, a little bit different. I feel like you're bringing a vision, something that you imagined in the spiritual realm, in the ethereal realm. I feel like you're bringing it into the physical world. I feel like you could have been already bringing something into the physical world, but I feel like in the month of February, you're continuing to put in the work, you're continuing to put in the growth. And I just saw like a diamond, so I feel like two messages are coming through. You're continuing to polish the diamond. You're continuing to put in the work to see something that you're working on grow and shine and become something. But also I feel like you could be discovering more parts of your personality, more parts of your being. You know, the message that's coming through, especially with this Pisces, I feel like you're very multifaceted. I feel like you're very unique. I feel like you have a lot of parts of your personality. And I feel like in the month of February, you're discovering more of those parts. And so it says right here, look inside your heart. So I feel like you're going to be really connecting with your heart. I feel like you're going to be really valuing what you feel as opposed to maybe what your mind is saying. Especially if you're creating something or building something and bringing something from the spiritual into the physical, I feel like you're not necessarily going to be worried about what your mind is telling you to do. I feel like in the month of February, you're really going to be following your heart. We have part of fortune, increase, and abundance. So I do feel like there could be growth in a relationship, in a career, and I feel like in the month of February you could really be seeing the fruits of your labor, or you could be really opening up your eyes to the abundance that you have created, what you have cultivated. I'm also getting the message with the Nightingale. I feel like you could be sharing your wisdom with other people, sharing your experience. This could be in the form of writing. The message of a blog also came through, so maybe you have a blog or maybe you've been thinking about creating one. Or maybe singing as well, if you're a songwriter or a singer. I feel like that message is coming through that I feel like you are the message of coming into your voice is coming through for the month of February. So to me, this speaks of coming into your authenticity. Learning, I feel like in the month of February, you're learning how to express what you truly feel through, this could be singing, writing, just sharing your voice is really highlighted. And we have the color blue here with Pisces as well. So I feel like you are very connected to spirit in the month of February. And we have I believe. And I just heard, I believe in the impossible. So I feel like there is something that you're trying to create in the month of February. And I feel like you're bringing it in. I feel like you are creating this abundance for yourself. I feel like you may have had a vision and you may have had doubts whether you could pull this off. I feel like affirmations would be really powerful for you in the month of February. I believe in the impossible. I believe in growth. I feel like also in the month of February you could be cultivating or creating a growth mindset. These are kind of your general themes. I feel like you're really seeing your abundance and what you have created and what you have cultivated in the month of February. We're going to go ahead and get into your tarot cards. So the first thing we're going to look at is how you can find happiness in the month of February. Spirit guides of love and light. How can pile number one, I'm sorry, I said pile number one. You may have felt drawn to pile number one as well. How can pile number three find happiness in the month of February? How can pile number three find happiness in the month of February? I like this card wants to come out. So we have the Eight of Cups. Is that all focus? I'm getting the message with this Eight of Cups. I feel like you can focus on finding happiness by focusing on how far you've come. So we see this person looking at these mountains, but it's almost kind of like he's like in the middle of the mountain. Like his eye level is not at the bottom. He's not in a valley for sure. He's like somewhere in the middle. So I feel like you could find happiness in the month of February by focusing on how far you've come. For sure, you still have a little bit to go, you know. And a message is also coming through focusing on release. I feel like the phases of the moon could be very helpful for you as well. You know, we see this imagery of him looking at the full moon here. So for me, this is about, you know, when you think about going to the full moon, from the new moon to the full moon, you've set your intention. So you've set your intentions and you're working toward creating something. You're working toward manifesting it. And by the time you get to the full moon, it's like you've already created something. And the full moon is about release. So it's like you have to release certain expectations, certain limiting beliefs, but focusing not just on releasing, but what you've created, what you've cultivated, I feel like will bring happiness for you in the month of February. And then we also have the King of Cups. So we have two cup cards. I feel like I'm hearing emotional stability. I feel like will bring you happiness in the month of February. I feel like you have been doing the work. You've been building something. You've probably already created a pretty strong foundation by the time you're seeing this reading or by the time February has come around, because we have the energy of abundance here. So, and you have the King of Cups. This is somebody who's gone through the complete suit of cups. So I feel like you do have a form of mastery. I feel like focusing on what you've created, what you've cultivated, and focusing on the positives, I feel like will also bring you happiness in the month of February. It's on the back of the deck. We have the Three of Wands on the back of the deck. So I feel like focusing on what you've created, but also how can you expand, you know? I'm getting the message, beginner's mindset. So I feel like a beginner's mindset would be very helpful for you and bring you happiness in the month of February as well. And I'm hearing April. So I feel like April could be a very significant month for you as well. That maybe whenever you reach the top of the mountain, that'd be super cool if it is. I feel like you're in the middle. Like you've done work, but you still have work to go. So I feel like focusing on this fact that you're not quite there, I feel like could bring inspiration to you. You know, what else can I create? What else can I build? How else can I expand? I feel like will bring you happiness in the month of February. Not letting your emotions kind of overtake you, realizing that you're the one in control. You're the one who holds the cup. You're the one who has the power. I feel like will bring happiness to you in the month of April as well. We're going to go ahead and look at your weaknesses. Spirit guides of love and light. What is pile number 3's weaknesses in the month of February? Pile number 3's weaknesses. We'll take those 3. We had 1 fall out on the ground. So we have the 6 of Cups, the 6 of Wands, and Justice in reverse. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. I'm going to put these cards over here actually. So for your weaknesses, scoot these down a little bit. I'm hearing kind of, so we had Justice in reverse, the 6 of Cups. I feel like the message coming through is your spirit guides don't want you to focus. The message of pride is coming through with the 6 of Wands. Feeling so confident that everything that you've created, I feel like one of your weaknesses could be maybe seeing like, I've created so much, I don't really have to try, or I don't have to push myself anymore because you've already kind of made it to the top. I feel like this could be one of your weaknesses. And then we have the energy of 6 of Cups. So this could also be focusing too much on the past as one of your weaknesses. And then Justice in reverse. So your weaknesses, I feel like, in the month of February could be letting this success get to your head and maybe focusing too much on the past. And that's kind of what, like with this man looking out into the mountains, I feel like something that'll bring you happiness is, yes, realizing how far you've come, but also saying, what else? What else can I create? What else can I accomplish? What else can I build in the month of February? You have the beaver as one of your main themes. So one of your main themes is this commitment to success, this commitment to creating. And your spirit guides are saying creating is a process that, it's almost like with this Pisces energy, like a spiral. You know, there's always more to create. There's always more to grow. There's always more. And I feel like you have, like, especially with this Nightingale, you have the potential to go far, is what your spirit guides are saying. And so also one of your weaknesses with the Justice in reverse, you could maybe feel a little off balanced, or maybe focusing, I feel like focusing on this middle ground, especially with the King of Cups here, this like emotional stability, mental stability, I feel like is going to bring you happiness. And one of your weaknesses may be your tendency to maybe focus too much on the past, or maybe focus too much on the future. And so I feel like really focusing on the present is really what's going to bring you happiness as well. And the message of detachment is also coming through. We have Pisces here, which is really a sign of detachment. You know, it's the last sign of the zodiac. So it's all about dissolving. So I feel like one of your weaknesses in the month of February could maybe, I'm getting the message of maybe being too much in your head. I feel like focusing on the present moment is really what's going to bring you happiness as well. I feel like finding this balance between, yes, I've made all these things in the past, and yes, I can create more in the future. Really coming back into the present moment. We're going to also look at your strengths. this month. And I feel like you will be growing though. We have part of fortune. This was the card of increase. So you're definitely growing, you're definitely expanding, and I feel like this is something that will bring you happiness. But your spirit guides are really highlighting here not to focus too much on success. A message is coming through about... I'm getting the message that you may be the person who, when they experience success, really focuses on that. And then something else may happen where it's not as successful as this moment. And you could really highlight this moment. And I feel like this could bring you out of balance. So like, for example, maybe you, for the message of like, a track race is coming through. So for example, you run a track race and you win second place. And you say, oh my gosh, wow, I got second place. That's so amazing. That's so beautiful. I'm so happy. I'm ecstatic. I'm on top of the world. And that's beautiful and good. You run another race and you get first place. And you think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I got first place. I've grown, I've improved, I've done better, I'm an amazing racer, I got first place, and you're on top of the world. And then you run a third race, and in the third race you get second place again. But this time you tell yourself, I'm a horrible track star, I got second place, last time I ran I got first place, and now I suck. You know, and being hard on yourself, and this throws you out of balance. But think back to the first time you won second place and you were on top of the world. And so I feel like the message that's coming through is your spirit guides really are trying to put this into perspective. You know, they really are trying to get you to this place of emotional stability, you know, and feeling good no matter what. But one of your weaknesses could be maybe focusing too much on the success of the past. So I feel like your spirit guides are really encouraging you to be present with emotions when they come and let them pass. We're going to go ahead and look at your strengths now. Spirit guides of love and light, can we please see what are the strengths of pile number 3 in the month of February? What are the strengths of pile number 3? In the month of February? What are the strengths? So we have the 8 of Wands in reverse, and we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. I'm really getting the message, slow down. I feel like slowing down is really going to be one of your strengths in the month of February. We do have the 8 of Wands, so this is a very fast-moving energy. I feel like things could be happening very fast in the month of February. A lot of growth, a lot of abundance, a lot of success coming in. But one of your strengths is going to really be dependent on your ability to come back to the present moment and stabilize your emotions is also something that's coming through. I feel really called to look up the Knight of Cups. Oh, can you see that on the screen? Move over a little bit. I want to look up the Knight of Cups in reverse and see what it says online. So this says on this, it's like this forum, ElliottOracle.com. I love going to his forum. He has a lot of really good advice and guidance. But it says, the Knight of Cups appears reversed. He indicates that difficult feelings swimming around in your heart can be released once they have been put into words. It is an ideal time to communicate about whatever you have been avoiding. Instead of retreating more, the Knight dares you to be more open and share what you are experiencing with people you trust. So that was kind of one of your themes that came through as well, this message of communication. So with this coming through as one of your strengths, I feel like communicating your feelings will allow you to release them. Especially if you have feelings, especially if you're hard on yourself, or you think, oh, I've created this much success and now my success is waning. I feel like I'm a failure. You know, imposter syndrome is kind of coming through here as well. Communicating those feelings, whether that's to a family member or somebody you love, or somebody you trust, a friend, a partner, you know, and really I feel like your strength is going to be in your ability to communicate these difficult emotions that you may feel. You do have abundance here though, so I feel like you have all these amazing positive things in your life, and you know, life is not without challenge. And so I feel like your strength is going to come in when you talk about these challenges. And I feel like slowing down is also going to be one of your strengths in the month of February, really focusing on the present moment, on where you are now. We're going to end with some advice and guidance for you. Spirit guides of love and light, can we please get some advice and guidance for pile number... Okay, pile number 3, your advice and guidance. You have the Diamond Dreamer in reverse, and I just noticed my candle went out. That's interesting that happened. I don't know what that means. We still have one flame lit. I feel like this is kind of a message to me of really bringing your energy back to one thing at a time, one step at a time. I feel like that song, One Step at a Time by Jordan Sparks, will be very helpful for you in the month of February. We're going to go ahead, I want to read out of the book what it says for the Diamond Dreamer in reverse. So this says, the Diamond Dreamer challenges you to address your perception of the power of materialism. Do you focus on the material world above all else? Have you become hypnotized by the notion that it's the only reality? Have you grown too attached to stuff? Have you come to consider wealth only to be the accumulation of worldly goods? Now is the time to find value and wealth in the intangible spiritual experience. Before anything is seen reflected in the manifest world, it originates in the unseen, the spiritual, and the divine mind. Be careful what you wish to manifest, for you may not want to pay the price of keeping it once you get it. The Diamond Dreamer also reminds you that disappointment and disillusionment are sometimes the way home to the truth of what's best for you. He may be here to tell you that when you don't get what you want, it's being withheld for you because something better is in store. I'm getting the message, humble yourself in the uncertainty is kind of advice that's coming through as well while reading this. Oh. See if that'll focus. Be compassionate with yourself and others at this time. Let the Diamond Dreamer lead you to the highest dreams for your perfect purpose and true prosperity. So I feel like this is advice. Be compassionate with yourself in the month of February. I feel like you're doing amazing. Your spirit guides are saying you're doing amazing, sweetie. Really connecting with spirit is also kind of one of your themes. So I feel like as this coming through as advice, I feel like this will be helpful for you because you are already tuning into the energy of spirit with the unicorn and the Pisces energy here. So connecting with your why, I'm also hearing, but connecting with your dreams, your visions. And if things aren't manifesting for you in a certain way, your spirit guides are saying it's because you're meant to experience something better. And we're going to end with the last piece of advice and guidance for you for the month of February. Spirit guides of love and light, can we please get some advice and guidance for pile number 3 for the month of February? I feel like taking this card as well. So you guys got Child of the Cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. I feel like this to me speaks of presence awareness. You know, the awareness behind your thoughts, really coming into the present moment, I feel like will be very helpful for you. And your advice is that you don't have to figure anything out, because when the answer needs to be revealed to you, it will be revealed to you in the present moment. You have all the answers you need. And then perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. Look at that. It's a family portrait. All of us right there. Isn't that crazy? When you think about that, like this is actually what we look like right now. All of this space, and there's us right there. You know? So it says none of this matters. You know, don't let your emotions overtake you. Don't let your thoughts overtake you. Really coming back to the present moment. Really coming back to your present moment awareness. And your spirit guides are saying your awareness can never be lost. It's always here with you in the present moment. It's interesting that this came out. Perspective. Zoom out. You could be focusing so much on a goal or something like this, and it could be, the answer could be right in front of you, but because you're so focused on this tiny little point, you can't see what the universe, your spirit guides, is trying to teach you. It's like I was saying, you could be so focused on a particular goal that you can't see what the universe, your spirit guides, are trying to show you. You are a child of the cosmos. You are a child of the divine mind of the universe. And that coming through as your advice is saying that you don't have to focus too much on the future, because the answers that you need will be right here in the present moment. But I feel like that's all I have for you, pile number 3. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a like. Please comment down below and let me know if this resonated. If you feel called, please subscribe to my channel. It really does help my channel grow, and we would love to have you be a part of the Sailor family as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I hope you have a beautiful February as well. And I will see you later. Bye!